against unranked opponent, and we'll see if the upset can shake up the rankings in this one. Welcome to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start. Here he comes from inside his own 5. The Scarlet Knights offense will have the football first. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Oh, he's got some space. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line.
That is a statement play right away. You're playing on the road. The stadium's loud and noisy. You want to quiet him down, run the football down the defense's throat.
They'll snap this one from the 42. It's 1st and 10. Leaves it with the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. On the run, it's Campbell. Got the first down and more. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. And the Scarlet Knights are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. And this defense, this crowd, this atmosphere, it can rattle an offense in a hurry.
You can shake them up. When you can get to the quarterback and affect them, we all know they become very human. They start seeing things. And with this crowd, they can't hear anything. This place is going absolutely nuts. Nice job rushing the passer, igniting the crowd.
From the shotgun, they'll run it. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He'll get it inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39 before he goes out of bounds. The Scarlet Knights line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. And you couldn't ask for much more than that. A perfectly placed punt pins them inside the 5. So the Ohio State Buckeyes offense will get the ball for the first time. And the story is going to be in this one. Will this quarterback be able to operate before that big fella on the defensive front gets right in his grill, Jesse?
And listen, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but he better play with the clock in his head in this one. He's not going to have a lot of time. There were a lot of quarterbacks around the SEC that probably felt this way back when they played the Georgia Bulldogs and David Pollock, right?
Yeah, especially those real teams with Jordan Davis and Nolan Smith and Jalen Carter. But, like, here's what's fun. You can't throw the ball off your back. And that's what this guy's going to try to do. Get to the quarterback, affect him. The bottom line is every quarterback becomes really human when you hit him. Can he hit him and make him human?
He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
You just need more from your offensive line. Second and short like that, you'd love to be able to fire off the ball and pick that up running it, but the defense was able to get penetration. They were able to get a stop, and now you set up third down, and this offensive line is going to have to play a lot better here.
And he needed just a single yard, and he did not get it. What a stout play by this defense.
Well, and he gets stuffed on that QB sneak. He's just not doing a really good job of reading the crease and finding a little space to kind of tuck into and drive his feet. He's just running himself into a wall, Dave.
Well, and how about the big boys up front? Make a crease. Push somebody back. Create some space. There was nowhere to go.
He'll make the fair catch at the 44, and they'll have terrific field position. First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. He'll start this drive going to the air. Caught in the backfield, it's Weber. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Breaks into the open. And he gets a big chunk of yardage to the 34-yard line. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
Wants to fire on second down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through them. And guess what? Not only this play does he feel it, next time he tries to go over the middle or feels footsteps, this will pay dividends.
Throws to the wideout. On target over the middle. Got enough to move the sticks. First down from the 17. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23. It seems like on every snap, he is right in the quarterback's grill. Second sack of the day, and maybe Joey Bosa and Chase Young and Vernon Golston better watch out. There could be a new single-season sack record at some point.
And when you mention those guys, when you watch the game, they always had their imprint on the game. They always dominated football games, and this guy's dominating the football game, single-handedly making that quarterback have to think, where is that guy? We better block him because he keeps hitting.
They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
attack and have success against man coverage, then you've got to have great timing between the quarterback and the wide receiver. Really nice rapport. You can tell these two have been spending a lot of time this offseason throwing the ball.
Hang on, Sloopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. Oh, and he dropped it. He had a touchdown right in his hands and couldn't hang on. It'll be fourth down.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on fourth.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Scarlet Knights. The offense cashing it in on that drive. These two have spent plenty of time together. That was almost telepathic, David.
No doubt, and quarterbacks and wide receivers throw all off-season to get on the same page. You can see he hits him in stride. That's why he gets the touchdown.
They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And he's got the extra point, and it's 7-0 to start this one. That touchdown drive covered 61 yards. And the score comes on a 12-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. They're working that left side. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
The Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. They'll run play action. Finds the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that's why they got to keep running the football, man, because play action is going to be a big part of this game plan. You've got to get this tight end over the middle of the field vertically and give him an opportunity, because you just saw how dangerous he is after the catch.
It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Use the play fake, now to throw. Complete to the left. The sophomore making a big play and hauling in that pass.
Well, really nice catch there, getting the first down. This dude at wide receiver, man, he is a playmaker. You think about Ohio State, the recent run they've had on first-round picks at the position. Michael Thomas, Jackson Smith-Njigba, Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave. This guy keeps making plays like that. He's got an opportunity to go in the first round.
Quarterback on the keeper. And he gets it just beyond the line of scrimmage before he gets down.
As an offense, you're okay with that. You're going to run option plays, and sometimes you're going to bust it big, but sometimes you don't necessarily read it correctly, get some positive yards, and then we come back and we do it all over again with different reads against the different defense.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Power football with the run. On the move at the 30. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic. They got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
The extra point here would tie the game. And he made the extra point without problem. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 40-yard touchdown run. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? On the move from inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He'll try to do it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And the Scarlet Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Caught over the middle. It's Weber. Gets it out to the 27-yard line, and they'll move the chains for a first down.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
They'll put it in play from the 27, first down. To the air on first down. Makes the catch. It's Sheffield. Just keep moving this thing forward. He's out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 37-yard line.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Fires to the big fella. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Guys, who's had a better seat there in Columbus for an entertaining first half than you? And that defense has to feel like it just played about as close to a perfect first half as it can play. And who am I to argue? I mean, check out that scoreboard. Bone-crushing hits and an airtight secondary. Feels like they have 12, 13 dudes out there against that offense, which needs a real pick-me-up and fast. And with that, we send it back to the guys in the shoe.
The Scarlet Knights will kick it away to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Graham. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Unloads to the wideout. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And I wasn't sure they were going to be able to catch him. They finally did, but they gave up a huge play. This noise, this crowd, and you can feel the jolt of energy going through the Buckeyes.
Well, everybody loves 5-yard runs, Reese, but come on, let's get real. When you're chucking the ball down the field and you got great quarterback play and wide receivers out wide that are making plays, fans go nuts, and the Horseshoe is one of the loudest places in all of college football.
That last play changed everything on this possession. They've got it 1st and 10 inside the 30. Motion from the wide receiver. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Finds his man. It's Tate. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
Defense, what are we doing? How are you going to let that guy, one of the best receivers in the entire country, be wide open like that? You're just making it way too easy for the offense.
Now inside the 20, 1st and 10 from the 18. Wide receiver going in motion. Jet sweep to the receiver. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. He caught it. Takes it all the way down to the 4 after making the grab, and they're set up.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Back to throw, it's Sayin. The screen, he's got wheels. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch.
The offense trying to throw it there quickly down close to the goal line. Nice job by the defense tackling the catch.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. They'll try to blast their way in. Touchdown, Ohio State. They take the lead with the 6.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays and closed the deal with a 3-yard touchdown run. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers properly to pay off that last scoring drive. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. From the gun, running back on the move. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. Going the other way, and he's got room. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6.
If you're laser focused on defense and you're dialed into the quarterback and you're breaking on the football when he throws, you get a lot of tips, you get a lot of deflections, and then it just happens to bounce to your guy, and your guy does the rest, takes it all the way back to the house. Big play by this defense.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21 to 7. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. Throwing right. Can't make the catch on 3rd down in the rarest of drops for this guy.
Well, after struggling so much in the first half, you thought they would have made some adjustments here at halftime to see if they can open up this passing game. But early on in the second half, they're just not really able to get that done. Incompletion on 3rd down in your own end, you're expecting them to punt.
And the Scarlet Knights will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Gives it on the option. And they'll shove him out of bounds after the short gain. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Completes it in the middle. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down.
And I think this will go a long way in determining the outcome of this football game. They're able to run the football with the lead late in this game. That's a good sign for this offense.
The Buckeyes are marching down the field. They'll give it to him again. He had to fight for a couple down to the 33.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead. The offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Looking for space. It's Jackson. Past the 1st down marker and still running. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there.
And that's the challenge for this defense, man. It starts to get later in the ball game. That clock is not your friend. You're losing the football game. They got to meet the physical challenge of this run game.
The Buckeyes kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. The handoff, keep working on that clock. They finally get a hold of him, knocking him down behind the line of scrimmage. He had been running wild.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. Got his man on the right. That play didn't have much of a chance to get the 1st down. Good job by the defense keeping everything in front.
Great job keeping everything in front, and most importantly, making the tackles. Dropping back deep, knowing it's 3rd and long, but I got to get the guy on the ground and rally to the football. Nice job by the defense.
And now on 4th down, they'll try a field goal. It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And now the lead is extended a little further.
And with that kick, man, it's a tall order for the other side. I mean, down 3 possessions. Like, this offense is going to have to get the ball and do something with it, and do it quickly if they want to get back in this football game.
They keep pushing that lead out, and the kickoff team's getting some work. Fielded in the end zone. It's Black. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Off-play action on first down. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And this defense came to play. They know about the high-profile QB. They rose to the challenge and dominated the competition today. They took care of business, and they made no doubt about who's the better football team.
It's 2nd and long now as this defense has some energy after that last sack. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. Back to pass. Grabbed in the middle. It's Fletcher. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down.
And it's just been that kind of day for this quarterback and this offense, guys. They have never been able to get into a rhythm throwing the football. Timing's been off. Accuracy hasn't been great. We've seen some drops. Just not in sync. And that's why they find themselves trailing by a lot right here late in the game.
That's usually prime return position, but he'll make the fair catch just outside the 40. Good field position here as they start this drive from their 43. Stop behind the line, he'll lose a yard. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you got the offense right where you want.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And I tell you what, it's really nice at this point in the game if you can lean on your run game. When you have the lead, you've got the football late in the game, you can chew that clock and start to really make that defense have a little bit of panic.
If there's time to pad the stats. He's got the tight end. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out.